Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. I am your host, Angel of Words. And before we get started, you already know, like, dislike, share, touch those notification bells so you can get the notices when we're on. Also, follow us on all podcast platforms. To check out the website, www.aowent.com. And if you want to leave a donation to the podcast, it is Cash App AOWNYC. Now, on deck on the Angel of Words podcast, we have Naisha D. Feliciano, crystal healer and transformation coach. Miss Feliciano, thank you for joining us today on the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, of course. When I first found out about crystal healing, it was through one of my guilty pleasures called The Hills. I don't know if you remember that show with Spencer and Heidi, that white couple that used to wild out. They did
in Cali. Yeah, I remember.
Hey, don't judge me, It's one of my guilty pleasures, like The Bachelor and Dancing with the Stars.
Me too. I can't front. I used to watch it.
But I was
guilty.
like, yeah, and it's like, you can't just, it's crack sometimes, man. You're like, what is this? And, with Spencer, I'm like, this guy is wacky. Now he's pimping crystals. Like, what the hell is that about?
Yeah, a lot of celebrities actually got into the whole crystal movement, including Katy Perry. OPRAH has been known to speak on it as well. A lot of celebrities that are into the whole energy movement have used it. Even ADELE, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she uses crystals before she goes on stage, and she uses it while on stage, which is awesome. And yeah, a lot of them are really into it.
That's
Spencer, that's surprising. I didn't watch that one.
It was on the reunion. It's when they all came back. Nobody saw that. That's why it didn't last long. But
You're right.
I was the only one trying to relive my early 20s,
Oh my God.
But yeah, nah, man. And I'm like, what is this, bro? It just sounds like the Avengers. You're trying to gather crystals to save the world. Like, what's happening here? But, all jokes aside, doing the research for this podcast, I come to find out it's a multi-billion-dollar industry within the wellness industry, which is a $4.2 trillion industry. The money is there.
Huge.
This shit is legit. But I feel like there's a lot of Walter Mercados out there, though, like wannabes. Man, so I'm glad that you're here. You're certified professional in this space.
Yes.
Because on the Angel of Words podcast, shit is legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
if there's one thing people are, just because they're experts, blah blah blah. I'm like, look, man, like we want to bring legitimate people here. I don't want to be spreading conspiracy theories. That's not my style.
Right.
So I'm glad that you're on here to talk about this stuff that I always thought is mumbo jumbo, and you're gonna convince me as to why it's not.
I am.
So what the hell? Okay, let's start with this. What the hell is crystal healing, yo?
Okay, so crystal healing is an ancient modality. It's been around since before time. Well, obviously, crystals are part of the earth, right?
Yes.
I'll start with that. We have ley lines that are part of the earth, grids, okay? And these crystals, they come from the earth. And of course, like a diamond, they come from pressure, right? And they have energy, literally. Like it has been proven. Well, let's get technical. Scientifically, everything is energy, right? So let's get that out the way.
That is one of the principles of physics.
Now, absolutely.
We're all potential or kinetic energy.
Exactly. Now, even quartz is used for maybe the watch that you're using right now.
Probably was.
There are.
It definitely wasn't diamonds,
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. But if it was, that'd be some fly energy.
Yeah, for real. It'll be get cuffed up energy. Forget about it.
Okay. Imagine, right? The energy that'll let off. But yeah, so and in our computers, quartz is used in there, and that is a form of crystal.
Yeah.
And it is used for its energy. So the grid from the earth, right? Then we use the crystals because every single crystal has a specific pattern. Not any one crystal is the same, just like not any one person is the same, right? Just like not any one energy is the same. Our energies will never match, but they can mesh, right? So when you work with crystals, it's knowing the properties, right? And knowing the energy body that you want to align with and using the crystals to then do that. So the chakras do come into play, right?
What's a chakra?
The chakras are part of your energy body. They're the energy centers of your body, right? And it starts from the root. You have your root chakra, then you have your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and then your crown, right? Wow. And they're all different colors. So crystals come in all types of different colors. Just like you could find a green jasper and you could find a red jasper. They are the same crystal, right? But they have completely different properties because the psychology of color comes into play as well. So while people might call crystal healing mumbo jumbo, right? Yeah. There's so much psychology and science behind it, right? And I'll go ahead and compare it to other physical and energy work practices, right? I have my Reiki level 1 and 2 as well. And I'm fully accredited by the Association of Therapists, the International Association of Therapists, as a crystal healer. And I took several other ones because it meshes well together. When you work with crystals and you are tuning into the energy, there is a lot of Reiki involved in that too, because it's about white lighting, getting into your spirituality and calling upon the energies that be. For me, it is the Lord. If you believe in the powers of the universe.
So this works with religion as well? It's like friendly to it?
Absolutely. Any religion can use the power of crystals. Okay? It's been mentioned in the Quran. It's been mentioned in the Bible. It's been mentioned all over the place.
So this isn't like SanTeria. You're not a witch in any way.
No, I am not a witch.
Oh, you're working. Okay. You're working with Jesus and Allah, not against them. Okay, interesting.
So there are people that may try to use it for that purpose, right? But when it comes to crystals itself, crystals are directly correlated with angels. So it is only used to do good. And it isn't like I conjure up any type of like espiritu or spirits or anything, right? You're working with what I do with my clients and my people is that I work with your energy because your energy attracts, and it isn't law of attraction neither. Okay. Because it's not an I am factor, right? Every single chakra has a different purpose.
Is it a selfless purpose? It's not an egotistical purpose? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're always dealing with the ego, right? Like, I think that's exactly where it starts, though, right? I have taken numerous courses, accredited courses for trauma and resilience as well. Okay.
Are these like shaman courses and stuff?
No. Okay. No. This is specifically for learning the
art, the science.
Well, the psychoeducation behind our energy as it is in science, right? Okay. Right? So I'll give you an example. Stress. We all go through stress. I'd be lying if I sat here and said, I am the Don Dada of crystal healing and I do not experience stress. Yeah. I touch a crystal and it's gone. That is not true.
It doesn't work like that, damn. I was hoping that it would, damn. A little bummed out about that.
Yeah, that is not true. And, you can reach a very high level of enlightenment. And a lot of people who do study it and practice it are trying to reach this level of enlightenment, right? Gotcha. Which is to open up the crown chakra, which at that point, then you will be all knowing or understanding, right? Okay. But of course, we're not God. And in my practice, I do not pretend to be, and I explain this to every client, that we're working with your energy. And in order to do that, I had to become educated on trauma, because that is really, right? Trauma and resilience and just stress, right? Because that is really where our energy bottles up.
And those are your areas of expertise at this moment?
Yes. So I do crystal healing. And what I do is I focus on people who are trying to fix either relationships, the energy in their home, which is very important. And I got a gift for you later, and we'll touch bases on
goodies
that.
today. It's lit, baby. Angel of Words podcast. You already know. Don't be jelly.
I come bearing gifts. That's the energy I bring. Yes, yes. So when I say that, I say this to say, when you are feeling stressed, right? You're not grounded. And that has everything to do with your root chakra, right? You're not grounded. You feel like you're out of control. You're anxious either about something in the future or something that happened in the past that's showing up in your future. So there was no way that I could only practice, right, the black and white of crystal healing without getting into what I'm healing, which is your body and your body points. So I had to make sure that I got the proper training to do that, which I have, right?
Got you.
So going back to what you were saying, right? It isn't SANTERIA or anything like that. But you do sometimes, depending on the level and how serious you take the practice, you do experience synchronicities. You do experience, especially when you're aligned, right? You do experience moments where you receive information, okay? And I don't want to call it the Akashic records, you know? I'm sure you've heard of it.
No, I have not. What is that?
Okay, so the Akashic...
I'm not spiritual at all, to be completely honest with you. It's more of a learning experience for me today.
Fine. Yes. Let me
I am a
teach
non-believer
you.
in every sense of the word.
Oh,
almost.
my God. No. Well, I'm going to change that today.
All right, cool.
So... the Akashic records is believed to be every emotion, every feeling, every thought, every action that has ever been since before the end of time.
So it's like all encompassing.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're able to open up your crown chakra, you will then, right, be able to, this is the belief that you'll be able to tap into those records, right, and receive information. Now, this is part of your intuition. And if you can align your chakras, right, align yourself, go into your sacral, feel grounded, your solar plexus is helping you make decisions and see the synchronicities that are appearing in your life, then you would better understand the messages that you're receiving. Some people may call it their ancestors. Some people call it angels. Some people call it God, right? I receive all my messages from God, right? Okay. Some people call it the Akashic records. They say I got, you know, I have answers from the Akashic records. And to each his own, however they experience it, right? Because one day I can have a Christian client, and the next I can have one who does not believe in anything. And that's fine, because all of our bodies and our organs are the same. And we experience stress and depression and anxiety in the exact same way, okay? Which is when your hands get sweaty, when your stomach tightens up, right? When you get a split headache. So I had to learn those things in order to then, because everybody's different.
Okay, so it's metaphysical, you know, kind of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gotcha.
And that's how that works. Yeah. And then once you learn it, right, you start to learn the colors, right? And then you can associate that with the psychology of color, because color is sound. You know, if you play a note, right, and you transfer that note into sound, it's going to be a color. And you know, one cool fact is that the chakras, each one is actually the rainbow. Okay?
Okay.
So it's red, and then it's orange, then it's yellow, then it's green, then it's blue, then it's indigo and violet. And those are the exact colors of the rainbow. Okay,
that's
which is a cool little fact.
Yeah.
That's a cool little fact. Yeah.
That is pretty interesting, man.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long did it take you to learn all this, man? This is crazy
Oh, man.
stuff.
Yeah. This is okay. So I was in such a bad place one time.
Yeah. In your life, you mean?
Yeah, in my life.
Okay.
And since I was younger, I've always been a ball of energy.
Okay.
You know, and I always went against the grain. I think I've always been in tune with my solar plexus, which I work with a lot, my solar plexus, because I like to make my decisions from my gut.
Okay.
And I like to follow my intuition. And yeah, that led me into a lot of bad places.
Really?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The reason why is because though I was following my intuition, none of my other chakras were aligned. So my third eye was blocked. I wasn't seeing things clearly. My throat chakra was blocked. So I was lashing out and saying things that I didn't mean, that led to guilt, that led to blame, that led to things that I have apologized for and taken back.
So it was an imbalance in your life.
It was an imbalance.
Yeah.
And I was only following my gut, which if your chakras are not balanced, right, you're going to lack in other areas.
Interesting.
And it all comes together if you're able to align them all together. So
that's probably why people think I'm crazy. My chakras maybe are all fucked up.
I have to give you I have to give you a session. I have to give you a session. And let me tell you that you can actually align your chakras without using crystals. Okay? I use the crystals because of the energy that emits from the crystals, right?
You believe in that energy.
Absolutely. The energy is there. It's proven that that each crystal does have energy, and they do have their own crystalline inside the crystal, right? So they're all different, and they all have their different energies. So and I could say, right? So it's like in SanTeria and in religion, people use the Bible. It's symbolic. People use their rosaries. It's symbolic. You know, I was raised in a Catholic/Christian home. So that every time they pray, they use the rosary, you know, and it is symbolic, and it does hold weight. And most of those rosaries are made of crystals. I will say that.
Well, you know, reading on this, like, you know, it comes from ancient Greece, Mesopotamian Empire.
Yes.
I think about the Mesopotamians cutting each other's hands off when you steal.
Yeah.
Apparently they had crystal healing as well over there.
Yeah.
The Egyptians. So this is something that dates back to BC.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay.
They would bury the Egyptians with their crystals. Okay, they would use amulets as protection, which is still done today. They would use amulet as protections. Today I'm tuning into my turquoise, and it's for my throat chakra to help me speak my truth and help me bring it out, right?
Gotcha.
And back then, right, I mean, we're talking about the time of sorcerers, and you know, when they used to come to the kings and queens and have this magic, right? It's history. It's there.
Seen it on Game of Thrones. You know, there's a lot of crystals on there. But that's a fact. The Red Witch, you know.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? When you start tuning into your energy body, right, and you start using crystals, right, you can create a grid of light for a specific intention, but everybody's intentions are different, right? Everybody, where everybody wants to go in life is different, right?
Some people have evil intentions. You can't use these crystals for that, right? Because it's only for good.
Exactly.
Also, this fights the evil.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
It's more. I need to know more. It's too much evil in this world, man.
Right.
We need to give those Republicans some of these crystals, bro. Seriously. It's just out of control.
Just throw it at them.
For real.
Let's just like throw it at them when they walk past. They need it. And I love that you said that because the crystals, they come from the angel realm. So they cannot be used for bad.
Nice.
And if you were trying to use it for it, then that energy would not work for you, you know, and I don't advise it to even try it because it might come back to you, and karma's the thing. And
you may create a whole nother revolu there.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, you know? So going back, right? So I was in this place and all I knew was prayer. So I came home like a crazy woman, pissed at the world. And I opened up the Bible to any random page and I started reading like a loca, right? I was just like, and I went into a trance. I lie to you not, Angel.
Yeah.
I went into a trance.
Wow.
I felt high.
This is crazy. I've seen people go into trances like up front, man. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
It is real. I went into a trance. All of a sudden, the birds were chirping louder, okay, outside my window. I did not feel that anger in that moment. And I knew that my body experienced an energy shift that I wasn't even expecting, right? It just happened to me. So what happened after? I felt antsy and I felt anxious after, because obviously at this time I did not know about grounding. I did not know. And this is so important for anyone who's listening today. If you're going to work with your energy and with crystals, and you have to ground yourself. You have to ground yourself before and after.
And how do you do that? How do you ground yourself?
Okay, so to ground yourself, you have to tune into your root chakra. Okay, and the color that corresponds to the root chakra is red. Interesting. Yes, so you can use a red jasper, an onyx. You could use tiger's eyes, a popular one. On the dark spectrum of the crystals, right? And what you want to do with the crystal, first, you need to cleanse it before you even work with it.
How do you cleanse it?
You could use Palo Santo. There's several ways. So you could use Palo Santo, which is holy wood.
I was going to ask you about Palo Santo and sage and how that all gets implemented into this whole crystal healing situation.
Yes.
Because I've seen you use it on your Instagram before.
Yes. Follow me on Instagram as well. Whoever's listening, Naisha Feliciano. And my handle is at Naisha Feliciano. Awesome. And so what you can do, and that video, I share a very simple way that you can do it, right? So you would light your Palo Santo, which comes from a tree. It's from the tree, and it's a holy wood, okay? And it smells so good, okay? As far as aromatherapy and setting the vibes, it smells so good. So it also puts you in that zone.
Is it better than Febreze?
It is. It is. I think you're onto something. Wait. We're going to talk. We're going to collaborate on some merch over here.
No, that's a fact, yo. That's it, man. We can put an AOW on it, man, and split it 50-50. I'm with it, you know?
As long as you handle the manufacturing. I got you.
Don't worry about it. I'll throw it on my website, man. Don't worry. I'll make it happen.
I love it. I love it. So, so you can use a Palo Santo. You light it, you hold your crystal above the Palo Santo, and you go counterclockwise. I want you to know that is an emphasis on counterclockwise when you're undoing energy, when you're undoing malicia, what we call
negative energy.
Negative energy. And if anyone's giving you a bad eye, anything like that.
The evil eye.
The evil eye. There you go. It's the evil eye.
You know, one time my cousin had beef with this dude, and like my family's all spiritual, which is I don't know why.
I love that.
You know, I feel like once Walter Mercado got off the air, like I stopped. That was it, bro. He took my spirituality with him, man. I missed that guy.
Con mucho
awesome.
amor.
That's a fact. That's why I always blow a kiss at the end of the podcast. That's in honor of him, to be completely honest with you, baby. The Puerto Rican of all Puerto Ricans right there. That's the man. But
oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, he had beef with this dude or whatever, and his friends set him up to go, you know, and they met up, and they didn't give each other a pound, but when he got upstairs, his chain that he had on, it was like a dream catcher. It popped like out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
So that was the malicia that guy was giving. That was the evil eye. So it's like I hear these stories, you know, like I think it's mumbo jumbo, but I do hear these stories. So I'm like, if there's a way to protect yourself, because I figure like if you believe in these things and your energy is sunk in this realm of this way of thinking, you need to protect yourself. Then.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And let me tell you, when that happens, it's because his merchandise actually, it served its purpose. you know, and they say, you know, when that happens, it took the hit. And you should bury it.
That's what my aunt told him to do. Is that, yo, get rid of that. Put that shit in the dirt right now. And he did it, though.
They're on it. They're on it,
man. You know? May she rest in peace, Titi.
I love it. Yeah, rest in peace.
She's here in spirit, man. A lot of her architecture from her house is here.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yes, that's energy. Let's talk about it.
And let's talk about it. That's what we're here to do.
We're going to run into that right now. But so aside from Palo Santo, you can use, number one, use sage. For the people who want to know. Use sage to clean the area, to cleanse the area that you're going to do your crystal work in.
Got you.
Then you want to cleanse each individual crystal. Is there a time limit
on this area situation?
No, there's no time limit. Okay. I clean my house every other day with my sage, and I don't even have to be going to work with my crystals. I cleanse it just to make sure, because, you know, company comes over and the mal de ojo, the evil eye, you know, sometimes you don't even realize that you're getting it. So just to be on the safe side, I do routine cleaning. Gotcha. Plus, I do energy work. So I pick up on a lot of other people's energy. Gotcha. But you could use Palo Santo. You could use sage. You could use water, running water. You can use brown rice. You can use, I love, because I own so many crystals. So for me to sit there one by one, like, you know, it would take me all day. So I love plants, because we're going to talk about that next, about the energy in your home, how to cleanse your home.
That's important. I feel like that's the most important cleansing. Like, I'll be honest with you. I do have my mother come here occasionally. You know what I'm saying?
She means you well.
Yeah, she comes to my crib occasionally. You know what I mean? And I had her, and when we were making the studio, I had her cleanse the situation. I'm like, you cleanse the crib and also come and cleanse the studio, because it's like, I want to make sure that we got those positive vibes in there.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to be bringing a bunch of energies in here.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's smart. That's smart. That's the way you should do it. And then you had someone who has pure love for you do it as well.
Exactly.
That, you know, the energy that she lets off in here is only for your good. Yeah. You know, which is very important. Because if you're doing work, right, for your energy, and you have these forces that be around you that don't mean you well. I mean, I'm sure we can all relate to this. Like, you feel this feeling in your gut, like you shouldn't go somewhere. Or you shouldn't be around some people. Or you ever have somebody walk in a room and you just feel their energy?
All the time, man.
And you're like,
I think I don't believe in this stuff because I feel like I have a magic power. That happened to me last week. I'm not even going to lie. Yes.
So you're picking up on energy, Angel.
I was at a indescript barbecue, you know what I mean? Having a good time. But somebody gave me the worst vibe and I just dipped.
Yeah.
I dipped. I don't do that.
Smart.
I get a bad energy, I'm out the door, bro.
Smart.
Because one time I didn't do that and I got to a fight where I got shot at. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yes. So that's not bueno. Yes.
Get up out of there. Yeah. So I'm like,
ever since that day, I feel those negative energies
and I'm gone.
Moving. Have a nice day. I'll start again tomorrow. No big deal.
Well, you're in tune. Whether you want to admit it or not, Angel. I'm sorry to tell you. No, you are. You are. You know, you have people that cannot even pick up on a clue, right? And it's like, hey, you didn't know, like, such and such, and they're like, I had no idea, right? And that means that you probably have that naturally, you know. And plus, you have this rose bush here, so that's probably working for you.
Yes, that was given to me by somebody that loves me very dearly too, a male.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one of my best friends. He was on the podcast, actually, episode 3, John Croyder. Shout out to him. Survived Corona and survived a coma.
Oh my God! Bless him.
Yeah, so
bless
he's
him.
an animal, man. I love him to death. Man.
Bless
Shout
him.
out to him. Yeah.
And I meant desert rose. That's a desert rose.
Yes, exactly what it is.
And what that does, right, is that it gives you that. Whether you know it or not. No, you don't have to believe in it. It's going to work.
This thing is just around me. Is it because my name is Angel?
Yeah, maybe.
Could be, right? Who knows?
Okay, you have a calling. I think there's a reason I'm here. This is the synchronicity right here.
This was trying to change my career path. Not too late for that, sis. Thank you, though. I'll support you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's what's up.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
So aside from the plants, I was saying. Yeah. So the plants in your home, as long as they're healthy, you can actually lay your crystals on the dirt in your plants. Or if you have a backyard, you could bury them. Don't lose them.
Plants are good for energy too, right? The feng shui and all that, they all work together.
Yes. Aloe. I just shared the post on that too. Aloe, eucalyptus, bamboo. These are some of the popular ones. Low maintenance. Just get them. They clean the air in your home. They also provide that positive energy in your home. I absolutely love it. I have a green thumb, thank God. So I'm able to grow them. And I use them as well to cleanse my crystals because I just have too many, right? So that's another way that you could cleanse them. And sound and vibration, right? With sound bowls are very popular as well. They're beautiful. And in my mind, I could play them. So I have my little fun, you know, and cleansing numerous amounts of crystals at one time. If whoever's watching, you know, has a lot of crystals, it could get overwhelming to try to cleanse all of them one by one.
Gotcha.
However, the ones that you're going to work with, cleanse them one by one. The ones that you're going to tune into and program, cleanse them one by one. Don't do the general cleansing, okay? You can also cleanse them by placing them in an amethyst geode, which is a raw form of amethyst. And it's usually open in the middle and it looks crystalline in the middle. And the outside is like a rock.
How do you pronounce that again for the people that are listening?
Amethyst geode.
Got you.
It's a geode. So you can place them inside and it'll cleanse them. And then to charge them, you can use the sun, the moon, or a selenite crystal. I lay mine on a selenite crystal and I only sit it out for the moon during the full moon because it's at its highest energy. And working with the crystals and the elements is one of the best ways to actually get them to charge to the point where they're working like strongly for you.
How do you know when they're fully charged?
So you want to leave them for the minimum of 3 hours.
Got you.
3 hours. For the full moon, you could leave it overnight because you could just leave them out at night, go to sleep, and in the morning, they're fully charged and ready to go.
So are you getting these crystals at a botanica? Like, are you buying them at the... Oh, okay, you're getting them at the botanica.
I go to the botanica. Some online. Some online as well.
Okay. That's good that the botanica stepped their game up. They started seeing Santeria was on the way down. You know, they picked it up on the next spiritual wave. I love it, man. Because I'm like, yo, botanicas are still alive, but yes, they are.
They are.
They're part of a multi-billion-dollar business right
they
now.
Absolutely
you go, people.
Are, yes.
I'm going to start a botanica. Shit. That's
a
great idea.
You just keep coming up with the... I'm taking notes.
Now go ahead,
I'm
man.
taking notes. I'm going to come hit you
I'm not getting in that business probably till after this pops off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the botanica... So where I shop at, right? I do shop at the botanica. I advise people to shop in person.
Got you.
Since COVID, it's been really hard to do so. I have found some very respectable... places online. Etsy's one of them. Actually, I'm going to write a post and I'm going to share all of these links.
Gotcha.
Out of love and amor because I want people to know where the good stuff's at.
All right, definitely. And we'll post that when this episode airs. Definitely take advantage of that situation.
Absolutely. So the way that you shop is that you have to connect with your crystals, right?
Gotcha. It's like buying a dog.
Yeah, right? It's like you gotta...
Hey, you feel the energy from the dog. The dog is whack. You're gonna buy it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But then again, right? Let's say you have right, you go into a store. I'm gonna use clothes as an example. You go into a store and you see a shirt and you're like, that is an ugly shirt. But for some reason... I'm attracted to the shirt because I got some sneakers that might go with it, and I could see myself hooking it up.
Gotcha.
But you don't like the shirt, but it's still calling to you, right? Even if you don't like the crystal, because maybe that crystal's trying to reveal something to you later on.
Gotcha. You
know, it's reflecting to you something that you need.
Yeah.
So I advise that you get your hands on that one anyway. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love it. It's an awesome practice. And we were talking about the home, right? Mm-hmm. So And let me know if your mom does it the same way, because that would be awesome.
Well, I'm not really around
when she does it. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure. Because,
I don't like to get in her way. You know how Spanish moms are.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know.
Give you the chancleta real quick.
I don't want to argue with her. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it alone. I'm like, all right, do what you got to do.
I love it.
Let me know when you're done. I'll pop up. You know
right. And usually, when you're doing the house cleansing, you want it to be either empty or it's just a calm, aura going on, because you're trying to call upon peace, abundance, prosperity, all that is good from the Lord. And if you have ruckus, it's hard for you to really white light, what I call white light, and receive it, right? And bring it into your space.
And what does white light do? Like reflect all the whack energy that's coming in your direction?
So the white light, it creates a vortex of sorts of protection.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I have to do this every time that I work with someone, right? Because
I was gonna ask you about that, because when you do these things, when people come over to see you for these sessions, like I'm sure that's a lot of transfer of energy. Like how many of these things do you do? Like, do you cleanse yourself? Do you have a vortex? Like, are you protected from their negative energy seeping into your space?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's a big one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are what you call empaths, and they pick up on other people's energy. Okay.
Gotcha.
And this happens too scientifically proven. Okay. You can get into my energy space, and if I'm in a bad mood, 9 times out of 10, spend enough time around me, and you are going to also pick it up.
Wow.
And you know what? You're Hispanic, and dime con quien andas y te diré quién eres.
That's
you know that
fact.
saying?
Yes.
Right? Because, and they say it too in the law of attraction, that you should surround yourself with people with positive energy and all this good stuff, right? But there's really a science behind it. It happens. It's mirroring, right? The psychology of mirroring, right? And communication, it all comes into play. So when you're cleansing your home, you want to make sure that the aura is, I had a client, and she's trying to find the time to do the cleansing, right? We're in the beginning stages. And I told her, I said, you need at least an hour. But we need to either, because that's what she's trying to work on, the energy in the home. Yeah. So you need to find the moment, even if it is when everyone is sleeping, because you want that peace and tranquility. Yes. Because that's what you're welcoming in.
You want that serenity in order to think clearly.
Exactly.
Got you.
Exactly.
Got
right.
You. Yeah.
And then, you bring in the mantras, and then you open up.
What the hell's a mantra?
So a mantra would be a saying, right?
Oh, okay, it's a saying. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
it would
I thought
be
it was like
saying.
some other thing, some elaborate thing. Crystal talk. Okay.
You can create your own mantra.
Okay.
I pray.
Okay.
When I do my cleansing, I pray to the Lord while I'm doing it, and I ask Him to bring in the positivity and keep away anything that does not serve me. You can repeat that. Bring in the positivity and move away anything that does not serve me.
Gotcha.
And you go from the far left-hand corner of your home, okay, which is the abundance corner of your home, and you go with your sage or your Palo Santo. I usually use the sage to get rid of, and the Palo Santo to welcome.
Got you.
Okay, so that is a technique that you can use. And counterclockwise to get rid of, clockwise to welcome.
Got you.
Okay.
Yo, you're learning some shiz Nathaniel here on the Angel of Words podcast, y'all. I hope y'all paying attention, man. Y'all been screaming for me to get spiritual. Here we go, But no, look, I'll be honest with you. Whatever stops mass shootings.
Yes.
And people killing each other for no reason. If you feel like, if this is the way to go to put yourself in a positive space, then I'm with it. And I'm going to be honest with you. It makes perfect sense. If you're online listening to negativity and getting wrapped up in negativity, you might go out there and do some dumb things that are going to get you arrested for life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If you're around dudes that are being misogynistic all damn day,
right?
You might, throw your wife in a lagoon like Felix Verdejo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that, man.
It rubs
like,
off, yeah.
I mean, you know, and I feel like whatever stops these crazy things from happening, I'm with it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know, because it's not, you know, it's helping, it's not harming anyone.
Right.
And some people have mental health issues. If it helps you with your mental health issues, I'm with it.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Go
the
ahead.
mental health issues.
Go
okay.
ahead.
This goes more into my trauma and resilience training.
Okay.
And shout out to the Arizona Trauma Institute, my mentor, Dr. Robert Roten. I have had the pleasure of learning from him, and he's been mentoring me as well. Like, amazing. And when it comes to the energy, right, because I do mesh it with my crystal healing, let's talk about the children for a second. How quick the school system is to point the finger and say that a child has ADHD or that a child has any type of behavioral issue when it comes to their energy. At the end of the day, it's energy, okay? Without knowing what kind of energy this child is experiencing at home, without knowing what kind of energy the parents may have, without knowing their environment, without knowing what they're going through, right? And this is why it was so important for me.
Interesting point, even though I love my doctors, but still, this is interesting.
We have
you
to.
You do need to get to the root cause of the problem. What do you call the root thing in the root chakra?
Chakra.
There you go. We're learning, you know? We're paying attention here.
Yeah, you have to get to the root of it. Because if I can get this child that seems hyperactive to actually calm down, take a breath, and realize that these circumstances, don't get me wrong, clinically, there are conditions.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
when I say, but sometimes it could be just energy situation.
Just energy situation.
Yeah.
So my goal is to spread this energy, and I'm currently right now, Angel, as we speak, I'm taking certain courses to certify myself as a trainer because I want to train other crystal healers.
Gotcha.
You know, I want to spread it. I want to teach them how to build a crystal healing business, how to spread it, how to show other parents, because let me tell you, we go through it, especially with COVID. We were all stuck at home. Everybody's energy is like boom, bam, bang, bing.
Yeah. But there's no healing. There was no, saging of the house. There was no, there wasn't no cleansing, man.
Right. And that's what's needed. Yeah. It's needed. And, and when you are in that energy space, it rubs off the same way. Right. So when I saw you today, I could feel your energy. You have popping energy.
Well, thank you. I like to think so myself.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Off the bat, you could feel the energy.
But let me tell you something. Now that we're speaking on energy, because this was a big deal, because the co-producer of the show, shout out to Straw Track, that's the backbone of the Angel of Words podcast. He's big into that. So I was going before I started the podcast. There was a crossroads in my life, and he was like, yo, bro, you're gonna have to cut off the people in your life, perpetrating that negative energy. I don't know why I can't speak English all of a sudden. It's from the last Spanish podcast out there. I don't know what language to speak at this moment. But yeah, he was like, yo, like, bro, like, and I honestly feel like that was a big moment in my life when I started, taking
doing the cutoff.
Just taking it back and looking at their energies, looking at things from an objective point of view, grounding myself, and then looking at things from an objective point of view to see, like, where is this negative energy
You're good
coming
at this
from?
Naturally.
And that's what I did.
For a non-believer.
It's Walter Mercado. He's still in me, man, Forever. He rest in peace. That's all him right there. That's just like, it was instilled in me as a young, and like when he faded away, I faded away from thinking that way. And then, I also grew up in multiple religion families, so that was confusing to me, but yeah.
He was so intense.
He was amazing. He was the greatest of all time, man, He really was. Like,
He was. Shout out to Walter.
For real. Like, if he was out right now, forget about it. He'd have like 70 trillion followers on Instagram. It'd be crazy. Be killing the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's a fact. But what you did was correct. Because, okay, so I'll give you a scenario, right? A relationship. that is not good for you, and you work with me.
Well, let's talk about this.
Yeah,
Yes, this is
let's talk about it.
because this is an important thing after what just happened in Puerto Rico. I want to discuss this, So
Yeah.
yes, please elaborate on the relationships in crystal healing and how these things work together.
Absolutely. So if you started a crystal healing practice specifically for your relationship, right? Because, and this is where the ego comes in, because that's what breaks up so many marriages. That's what breaks up so many friendships. That's what breaks up so many family relationships, right? It could even be with someone as close as your mother, okay?
Yeah.
And it is an imbalance, okay? It is an imbalance and distortions that you might be viewing, because everyone has to respect that everyone's viewing the world in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
My certain way is not your certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But once you can open up, okay, your throat chakra, your heart, which is one of the most important ones, you're able to have and view the world with compassion and not find anything that would feed the ego at the expense of your partner's feelings, emotions, beliefs, wants, or
Sanity.
needs. Their sanity. Yeah. Talk about it. Right. And it's a big one. It is a big one. So if you were to work with me, right, and I created a grid for you to do, and I gave you homework, and you started to create this grid, right? And you started to do the cleansings, you started to use the mantras that I teach you and everything else. And then you slowly start to see this person, right? This is a twist that you want to fix things so bad with, starting to depart. You need to let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people hold on to dead weight. And it turns into, well, Naisha, I wanted to fix the relationship. Well, you know what? The energies that be are fixing it, honey.
Yeah, they're releasing
it.
It's a cancerous energy.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
wow. And that's hard to do, man, because people they get caught in that chemical imbalance of being in a relationship,
right.
And they're falling, they think it's love, but it's just like a chemical. It's an energy that won't be released. And then you're asking to fix a relationship, and the fixing the relationship is letting go of the relationship.
Exactly. Because I have an 8-week transformational coaching program.
Got you.
Where right now I haven't released it because I want to offer the crystal healing certification as a bonus for whoever takes it.
Got you.
And I have what's called a drill cycle, right? So the D stands for you dig deep, and we look for distortions. So this goes back to what I was saying. What kind of distortions do you have in a relationship? I'm guilty of this too. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I I don't want to say like average women, but I'm going to shout us out real quick. We want our men to know what we want.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, you didn't know that I want this, but and then your man's like, no, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're like, how you didn't know? I wear pink all the time. I love crystals. You didn't know to get me a crystal ring? Like, what's wrong with you? That's me being judgmental and not being open. My ego's talking, and I'm putting you down as my partner, right? When the right thing to do is to really, I should believe you. He really didn't know. Yeah. He really didn't. And even if he did, why would I sacrifice or damper my energy because of somebody else's decisions? All I could do is control what's going on inside of here. Right? Nice. And if I control what's going on inside of here, everything else starts to fall into place. And I did share a post the other day too, that sometimes, right, the push seems like a pull. And it's like, oh, Naisha, but I wanted to fix my relationship, and the grids that I'm creating and the crystals that I'm creating is pushing him further away from me. That's because God has somebody else in the path, baby, and it's not going to show up until you remove this here.
Yeah, there's a blockage, G. Sorry to tell you.
Exactly.
And people be scared, like, yo, move on, man.
Exactly.
Let the energy flow.
Let the energy flow. I love it. Yes. And when it flows, it happens naturally.
Yeah.
And then your mind is just blown. You know, like I had one client start working with citrine. And I have a training on my website, attitudeon10.com, www.attitudeon10.com.
Yeah, that's and you have some core, like some things there. There's a book on there as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that as well. Yeah.
So I have a training on there for using one crystal money magnet, right?
Exactly.
And it's the citrine, right? And I'm telling you, my client did it within a week and a half. And this is the thing. Things start to happen, but you won't see it if you aren't paying attention.
And if you're not open to what you're doing, you got to really let yourself go.
Yes.
I feel like if you're gonna embark on this journey of crystal healing, you got to be 100% open-minded to it and follow it all the way through, because it's not going to work for you. You got to be a believer.
Right. Like if I give...
Like anything else in life. If you want to try something, you better go after it 100%. You know?
Exactly. So she, after that week and a half, just a week and a half, she got a business proposition. Like, would you like to start your own business doing XYZ?
Word?
Yeah, we were on the phone like, oh my God. She was like, not in a million years would I have thought, that today I will be starting my own business. Like, and just last week, this wasn't even a thought. This wasn't even a... So then what she was met with was fear. Then her root chakra started.
Yeah, because something she's not
shimmying.
used to.
Exactly. So it was like, okay, she wants to follow her gut. She spoke out how she really felt. This is what she wanted. This is why you programmed the citrine and you did the exercises that I gave you. Go get the exercises.
Right?
It is part of manifestation.
Nice.
But it's doing it in a certain way, working with the unconscious and subconscious mind.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to give up the exercise because I want people to go take the training.
No,
and
of course,
it's absolutely free.
We want them to visit you at the website for sure.
And the exercise is so simple, but when you do it, it just sends a message to your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind that you will never be broke again.
Nice.
Okay. And if you do what I teach inside that training, it's 15 minutes of your time. Within the next week or two, you're going to start seeing these synchronicities. But like I said about the relationship, right? You're seeing the sign, you're seeing the pushing away, but you cannot go against the grain. You either want it or you don't. Because if you ask the Lord for a good relationship, and then I create a grid for you, I have you program, I have you tune in, I have you channeling, and then you create this, and now you're going to allow it to work. But when it starts to work, you want it to work on your terms. That's not the way it works.
That's not the way it works.
You have to allow it to work.
That's called obsession.
Right.
And that's evil energy.
That's just...
Let's get with the program, people. Come on.
That's just... It blocks you.
Yeah,
it definitely blocks you.
Yeah.
I have to admit that it does block you. But when you open yourself up to receive with the work that you're doing, it happens. And it will blow your mind. Like, even now, I've been doing it for years, right? And when I about my book, when I wrote Bitter to Better Breaking Chains, it's called Bitter to Better Breaking Chains.
Great book, by the way, guys. Please go get it if you can.
Yes, thank you. And when I wrote it, I was talking about regular rituals that I was doing because I still wasn't certified. I was still dabbling. I was just practicing personally.
Gotcha.
Okay. But the things that started happening, even now, even now, I am attracting things. And it's not through the law of attraction. It's through energy work in my body. Because I could say, I am rich. Right? Yeah. I could do my affirmations like the law of attraction teaches you. But if you're not feeling it, if you don't feel it in your mind, in your heart, in your gut, in your soul, then you're not going to attract it. But
and what is rich, you know?
Right,
right? What perspective are you coming at that word from?
That's
you know
right. You have to be very specific.
Rich. Like, I'll be honest with you. I gotta be honest, and I want to keep that energy. That's why, like, I'm really selective.
You have rich energy. I love it.
Because I feel that way. I mean, I there's nothing in life that I can ask for than what I have right now. You know what I'm saying?
And that will bring you more. That will bring you more. Let me tell you, before I got my apartment, okay, which I love, it's a beautiful luxury apartment, I was living in a studio. Mm-hmm. You know how I treated the studio? Like a mansion, Angel. Yeah. You couldn't tell me anything. I still had my plants. I was sweeping and mopping. I was saging. I was so thankful. I was so grateful when I was still treating it like it was a luxury apartment.
It's your home.
Long and behold, you're granted that. You know what I mean? Because
that's awesome.
You're putting that energy out, right? And I remember that ritual that I did was with La Virgen de Loreto. And if anyone is struggling with their housing situation, do this. I'm just dropping gems.
Yeah. Literally.
I like that. Get yourself a small photo. Go to the Botanica. It's already in a good vibe place. Get yourself a Virgen de Loreto, a white candle. Listen, it's just so much to talk about. Head over to my website. Don't forget, attitudeon10.com. The blog is being revitalized and revamped, and I'm going to add all this good stuff. The color psychology, the candles, aromatherapy, the way to use flowers. Crystal healing is my main thing, okay? Yeah. And all of this comes into play because if your crystal healing area smells good, feels good, and it's giving you the vibes, you're really gonna tune in. You're gonna channel, and it's gonna happen, and people are gonna feel that. People are gonna feel the energy. People are gonna love it, okay? And you can make a whole business out of it. I just can't wait to start offering my certified training so that people who are really interested and want to jump off with it can do that. So you get your Virgen de Loreto. It could be a photo or una miniatura, which is like a little sculpture of like this.
The
like
Virgin
that.
of Loreto, he's called?
La de Virgen de Loreto.
All right, cool.
Okay. And you will pray to her to love, care, and protect your home. Place her with the white candle and light it once a week at the very minimum. And let her guide you to protecting your home and to your dream home. Because it happened for me in 3 months' time. Okay?
Well, that's what's up. Applause for
Listen,
that,
thank
man.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so blessed. It happened for me in 3 months' time. I was blown away. And so back to the house thing too, right? So when you have company, okay, it is very important that one, they stay away from your sacred space. You're Hispanic. I'm sure you know plenty of santeros and stuff like that. You go into their home, that area is blocked off.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
Because that area is so important. And we were talking about white lighting, right? When you white light, you have this vortex that you make. And I have to make it every time I work with clients. I ground myself. I call in the white light, right? But with crystals come from the earth. So crystals come from the earth. So I bring the light up through my body into the room and then up to the Lord to handle and protect whatever work I do here in this space. And when they leave, I do it as well, right? Also, right, the white lighting, a lot of energy healers do it differently. So when I do my Reiki, I hold my hands out and I receive it from above, right? Gotcha. So it's all different because, of course, the crystals come from the earth, from the grid lines, from the ley lines of the earth, from the matrix of the earth. So I'm using the earth's energy, right? And I'm telling you, this is why we have earthquakes. This is why there is energy. There is crystal deep inside the core of our earth. Okay, and it's all going around and it's all crystalline and there are synchronicities and we are all connected, just like all these crystals are connected. And when you learn how to create these grids, right, and you buy your crystal points and you set these specific intentions, the energy in your body and what you go through is amazing. And I will warn that you do train because there have been some stories of people that, you are, I wouldn't say dabbling in realms, but like you said earlier, if people are trying to do it for bad, if you're not doing it to clear energy, right?
If your intentions aren't pure, you could
open up some different, and then you're wondering like, why am I hearing things, or why is this happening, or I keep getting into accidents.
Why did Thanos shut up to my door? You know what I mean? That's what you get, my man. Want to open up realms and shit.
Exactly. You know, because it's like, that feeling. Well, and it's happened to me a few times where I feel like, well, is there someone in the room with me, right? But then there's a difference in feeling like scared. If you feel scared, you're doing something wrong. And stop. Like, don't do that, because we have enough of that already out in the world.
Facts.
They running around, like you said, shooting, doing countless, just thoughtless, things. And we need more
random situations.
Random acts of evil, pure evil.
Exactly.
We need more love. We need more healing. So in Bitter to Better, the rituals were all mostly white lighting rituals that I was doing, because I've been doing that. Like, I would be on the train and I see a homeless person and I emanate with my mind's eye white light and prayers. That does magical things in your life as well. Try it. When you're walking down the block, right? You see someone look sad, or give them some of your energy. Offer it up, because the world needs it. And it is an actual thing. It's just, if
somebody compliments you, say thank you.
Absolutely. Smile. Yeah. And let's talk about it. As far as relationships, right? I want to get into the sacral chakra, because this is the pleasure area, right? Ladies, and fellas, because you guys don't stay behind. Sex is sacred. Okay? Your energy is probably is this too?
No. Okay. I'm actually intrigued, because I have something to say once you finish this point. No, go ahead.
So sex is very sacred. And I wouldn't say advise, because I'm not an advisor, but I would suggest, if I worked with a married couple, which I haven't yet, and I would be very interested in that. So any married couples out there that want to
leave the comments in there. We're gonna be going through there. You already know. Make it happen.
Oh my God! Imagine two partners willing to work both on their energy. That would just create such a beautiful
harmony. Synergy.
Call it, exactly. And when you tune into your sacral chakra, which is very important, right? Because if you don't feel attractive, if you're running around feeling like crap, or you don't feel like flirting, or you don't wink at your husband, or smack your wife's ass every once in a while, right? You have gotten into a point where your sacral chakra is probably blocked. And a lot of marriages have their sacral chakra completely blocked right now. Like, they go weeks, months, and without having sex. And it is such an important and integral part of a partnership, of that connection, because your energy is intertwined in that moment. The energy in the room is amazing during that moment. Not to say that, hopefully the sex is amazing too, but that's what makes it so,
Well, if the energy is there, the sex is going to be amazing, because sex is energy.
It is. Exactly. But what leads to that, and what leads to it being fulfilling, is your sacral chakra being open to it, right? And it's all of the small things, right? So, and that is so important, right? And then I have to say this, the promiscuity blocks it. it blocks
Well,
it.
I mean, you're transferring energy everywhere. Like, do you even have any energy left inside of you? You know what I mean? And that's what I was gonna say. You know, I have a homegirl I went to high school with or whatever, and we speak every once in a while. And you know, we were talking about relationships and you know who she's dating right now, and this, that, and the third. And she was telling me like, yo, like I believe in that. You know, sex is a transfer of energy. I just can't be sleeping around with everybody because then I'm just giving my energy off and it's going to drain me and open up a void for negative energy to seep in.
So right.
Wow.
She's so right. Yes, she's so right. So, and this is where, you know, that energy from your sacral chakra, especially for us women, but I did mention the men too because it's very important for the men too, you know. The sacral chakra for the woman, that area, that's our womb. That's mother. That's like mother
the matrix.
womb.
Yeah, the real deal.
Exactly.
Man, you know?
That's the mother womb right there. You know, and that is where your self-esteem is. That is where your confidence is. That is where your femininity lies. You know what I mean? When that's blocked, we're all like, yo, F this, F that. Yeah. That's not who you are, pretty flower. Yeah. You know?
No, like, when you're young, it's kind of easy because you have so much energy.
Right, and
but
you
it's
don't know better.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. But as you get older, that transfer of energy starts seeping you and draining you.
And then you wonder why... Though, you know, maybe you want someone and you don't seem to catch their eye or, you know, and you're like, oh, well, it's me. And it just adds to the blockage. Then you start feeling lower, right? But once you put yourself on that pedestal and you protect your sacredness, you know.
See, I don't like the word pedestal, though. I'm going to be honest with you.
Really?
Because it makes it feel like you're better than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's a condescending term. Okay. In my opinion, you know, I wouldn't put anybody on a pedestal. We're all on the same, you know, levels. We all have different energies. So why would one energy be higher than the other one? You know what I'm saying?
When I say pedestal, I mean to give yourself the importance.
Got you.
So when I say pedestal, I mean put yourself up on a shelf. Yeah. Like you shouldn't
Love your
be.
Energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Treat it right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Got you.
Treat it right because that goes into what you're attracting. Mm-hmm. Period. Right.
Got you.
And also, if we go a step further, right? Because in Bitter to Better, Breaking Chains, I also wrote about this, right? The energy and the items that you keep also drag down and would take away from the power of your crystals as well. So you have to be very cautious of the people that you're laying with, the people that you have in your space, the energy that you have in your home, clutter, everything plays a part, right? And this goes into Qi, which is the Chinese version.
I love it.
Feng
Qi
Shui.
is my thing.
Yeah.
Man. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I studied Chinese philosophy. That's something that's always stuck with me. So that's probably,
I love it.
That's probably why the energy I get, because I believe in that a lot. That, like,
absolutely.
Following the golden mean and staying balanced, you know, never steering too far to the extreme.
Right.
And trying to, you know, that and, you know, breathing exercises is something that I do. You know what I'm saying? To keep myself centered.
There you go.
Well, as centered as I can possibly be.
You do well. You do well. You're pretty put together. You do well.
Thank you.
And everybody needs something to do that with. Mm-hmm. And this is where also there's a confusion, right? Sometimes between religion and spirituality, right? Because you don't have to be a religious person to do your feng shui or your qi or your crystal healing or your breathing exercises. Yes. That's for your soul. It's for your soul. It's for your energy body, because we're physical beings, but we're pure energy. This is just skin, right? Like, at the end of the day, we're energy manifested into what we are right here, right now, you know?
I agree.
And I love that you practice some of that. You know what? And I noticed the way that you have your office as well.
Oh yeah, that's all done on purpose.
I know. And I noticed it when I walked in, but I said, you know what? Maybe it was just like a coincidence. But
no, nothing I do is ever a coincidence.
I love it. Yeah, you have the chi going on here. I could tell.
You know, I mean, you want a comfortable vibe. You're having people come over. You know, they're taking a risk on a brand new podcast, and I want them to know that this energy is live over here. This is for real.
Love it.
Like,
I love
want,
it.
This is for you to shine. This is where your stories are heard.
Oh,
Listen to the Angel
you.
Words podcast, baby, weekly at 8 p.m. You know?
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it.
But yeah, no, definitely, man. You know, it's something that I was cognizant of when I was, making this happen for season 2, for sure.
Oh, great. That's great. I'm so glad you had me on because I'm just so passionate about it. Yeah. And it's really already helping people.
It sounds like it does. It sounds like a very positive thing. I like it, man. That's what, that's what I'm trying to do here on the Angel of Words podcast. Hear people's stories, of resilience, of positivity, even if you have negative stories, how you overcame them,
right?
All those type of things. I feel like we focus so much on, combating and confronting and not trusting, and there's no opening of what you call the heart chakra.
The heart chakra. That's right.
That's all discombobulated here in America right now. I feel like that's an issue,
Too
and
much
in Latino
hate.
America too, man.
Yeah.
Especially what you're seeing out there in Colombia right now. Like, there's a lot of chaos happening right now. And if I can do anything to try to send energy to the people of the world that,
absolutely,
we're here with you, man. If we could do it, we're going to do it. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. There's actually a meditation called Tonglen where you breathe in their pain and you breathe out light and love for them.
Oh, I love that.
It's a wonderful, wonderful grounding type of meditation. And it just reminds you of your own blessings as well. I don't like to do the it could be worse thing, right? Because everyone has their own story, like you said.
Exactly.
And they've been through their own things. And like I was saying earlier, we have to remove the ego in some capacity and be open, right? Use that third eye, become open, remove the distortions and understand that everybody's going through their own things, right? And I'm actually going to add more to Better Breaking Chains because I've learned so much more
baby,
since.
Coming soon.
Yes. I'm definitely going to edit it and add things that I feel should have been in before, but I wasn't confident in myself.
Got you.
Because I was just starting the practice. Yes, that is coming and it's going to be great. And the certified crystal healing training is coming too. Fingers crossed within the next week.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to send that energy out there for
give it
you.
to me. Give it to me because I want to help you and I want to create more crystal healers.
Yeah.
I want it to spread. I want people to learn about their energy, to learn about their body. And if we don't start getting to the bottom of, we're living in a very awakened time right now. A lot of people are open, like you said. It's a $4 billion dollar industry because people are starting to realize that a lot of our physical ailments, right, they stem from energy not being what it should be from young. Right? So how do you get blood pressure in your 20s? How do you run into diabetes? How do you run into obesity, right? And all these things when you were born healthy, right? And
most of us.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to whoever is born with any ailments, and my heart goes out. But whoever is born healthy, understand that it is energy and what I call heart's pain points. And I show that inside my coaching program that are trapped in your body, right? It's trapped in your body, just like I remember when I was in a relationship and it was just toxic. And every time I knew that it was going to be an argument, my stomach would become a knot that shuts down my system. Okay. Next thing you know, maybe I got stones or maybe something else is happening. And the doctors say scientifically, we don't know how it happened or too much salt or too much this, but it could and it is directly correlated to your energy, because our energy is messing with our bodies.
Wow.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
That's an interesting point.
Yes.
I'm glad that you brought that up, man, honestly.
Yes.
Because, you know, sometimes these mysterious things happen and you're like, yo, but how? It was the energy.
It's the energy. Absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot of studies that are coming up now. And I would encourage for people who are more interested to check out the Arizona Trauma Institute, because they're really spreading this knowledge, you know. And there's a study called the Adverse Childhood Experiences, the ACEs, and there are 10 questions on there. I don't want to get too much into it because this is about crystal healing, but there's 10 questions on there, and they ask about adversity that you might have went through. And the way that I correlate the two is that these adversities caused you to be on a certain energy frequency.
Got you.
So if I'm constantly in a bad energy and I'm distorted and my third eye is blocked and I'm constantly getting these headaches, next thing you know, I am clinically going through migraines. Now I'm put on medication for migraines. Now I have a tumor. Now I have these things, right? And our energy through time, left unaided and constantly, it's chronic exposure to bad energy leads to physical ailments. And that's a whole long conversation because each chakra.
But that, you know, that's a story, you know, to be continued, baby.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned to Miss, you know, Feliciano.
Second part.
It, you know. But, you know, Miss Feliciano, we reached the point in the podcast where it's time to play 5 Words with Angel. All right, on 5 Words with Angel, I'm going to give you a word or phrase. You're going to give me the first thought that comes to your head.
Okay.
All right? Bring the energy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The first phrase is healing crystals.
Love.
Nice. The second word is motivation optimization.
Motivation optimization. My first thought is bursts of productivity.
Nice. People need that, man. Honestly.
Yes.
I try to get as many bursts of productivity throughout the day as I can, man.
Yes.
It's real in the field. The third word is stress.
Crystal healing.
Crystal healing, baby. Let's get after it. The fourth word is love. Family. Beautiful. I feel like, you know, when you have a strong support system with family, you know, that does help a lot. When you have that positive energy coming from the core of your upbringing, it helps you a lot more.
Important.
It's hard to come back, you know what I'm saying, when you don't have a strong family situation, you know. And for all those people that are dealing with it, man, you know, we got you, baby. We're going to send that positive energy your way.
Yes, to you.
Seriously. Now, the fifth word is the legend. Walter Mercado. What do you think when you think Walter Mercado?
I think mucho amor.
Yes, I love it. All right, Miss Feliciano, thank you for playing 5 Words with Angel with us. Now, you know, first of all, where can we find you? Spit them all out. You know, give us all your social media handles, websites, anything that people should be looking forward to for the Neisha Feliciano brand.
Okay,
Neisha Feliciano.
Yes, thank you. So the brand actually is Attitude on 10.
Gotcha.
And it's Attitude on 10 with Neisha D. Feliciano. And you can follow me. My Facebook page is Attitude on 10. On IG, Neisha Feliciano. And I'm more personal on IG. Facebook is more geared towards the business.
Gotcha.
So the IG, definitely follow me. Come learn some stuff. I
keep the DMs nice, please, people.
Yes, please.
There's about healing, not about negativity. You're gonna get blocked, I would imagine.
Exactly. Yes, I'm gonna send you some white light and then block you.
That's
so let's not do that, right? And you could find me. I'm also on Clubhouse, Naisha.D.
Okay.
And my website, www.attitudeon10.com. Please visit. I have freebies in there for you. My value offers, better yet, an ebook, which is motivation optimization. That's free. Check my book out, Bitter to Better, Breaking Chains, on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, all major platforms. It is available. And I am super, super, super excited and happy that you had me on. I hope to see you guys.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
Yes, I'm actually, as I mentioned earlier, very soon, please stay on point with www.attitudeon10.com, because I am going to be offering certified crystal healing training that is going to be accredited, by the International Association of Therapists.
Nice.
And it is going to be a very intense 8-week intense, right? Because I need to cram this in and I need to build some great crystal healers. And that is coming soon, so stand by for that. It's going to be amazing. And I want to transform your life. And anybody else that you may know, that you guys out there may know, please send them my way, because it's all pure, it's all love. And, happiness is the true path to success, not the other way around. So come on over, get happy, get your energy right.
Come on, get happy. Oh, hold on. What was that?
Naisha
Naisha got me a gift. Is that what?
I do.
You got a gift? Oh, man. Producer just jumped in the ear. Naisha got me a gift. What's that about?
Here you go. Yes.
Oh, look at this. I love the color red. I'm not going to lie. I love it. It's so pretty.
Yes.
So
I have
pretty.
to come with a
So
gift.
right now I have a bag that looks like a beautiful stocking. It's not a stocking, though. It's a beautiful bag.
No. And
it's
the
bag,
red.
with like a nice Christmassy red type of situation.
And the red is for your root chakra.
Oh,
it's
no.
power.
Is this sage? What is
It
this?
is. It's white
It's sage. Oh, my
sage.
God. Look. Yo, Star Trek, I know you hyped. I got sage, bro. Like, so it's just I want you to come over here and light it up, bro.
Oh,
Spread that positive energy for me, bro. And it's what, counterclockwise we're doing this?
Counterclockwise
with the
your
shade.
energy.
Miss Naisha, thank you so much
You're
for blessing me with the
welcome.
sage.
You have
There's something else in here?
Yeah,
Hold on,
go all the way
on.
to the bottom.
I'm hyped off the sage, bro. I know they've been telling me to get this for the longest now. I haven't been paying attention. Well, not really. I just haven't had the time. Sorry, I got to edit. Oh, there's a bag inside of a bag. I love it. It reminds me of one of the greatest Christmases I ever had, man. My ex put inside of a potato box. She put an Xbox 360.
What?
Back when I was like in my early 20s. That was the greatest thing
so
ever.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, it's a crystal. Which kind of crystal is this?
That is a citrine crystal.
A citrine crystal. And what does it do?
It is a powerful manifestation crystal.
Nice.
And it will bring in the dollar bills, honey.
Ooh, we're going to keep this in the studio, though.
Yeah, that's what I brought it for.
Oh, it's lit.
That's what I brought it for.
Ooh.
Okay.
Should I attach it to this crystal? I don't know. How does that work?
Well, you're going to cleanse it first.
Oh, okay, we're going to cleanse this first. All right,
yes,
cool.
You're going to cleanse it first.
All right.
My energy's always good. So I did cleanse it when I bought it.
Okay,
to just
but you said
place
we're
it in
supposed
the
to
back.
cleanse it ourselves.
You got to cleanse it yourself
Yes,
so
I
that you
remember
could
you saying
tune it
that
in
earlier.
with your energy.
Lit.
Your money getting energy.
Lit. Ooh.
That is the citrine for you.
Check it out. Check it out.
Yes.
We got a citrine so we can make this money beam.
That's right.
And then we can spread the love to the world, baby.
That's right.
I can't make moves and help society, man, just from the studio alone. I got to get out there. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic's almost over. Well, thank you, Miss Feliciano. It's
You're
very sweet of
welcome.
you. These are things that people have been telling me to get, but, I don't believe in mumbo jumbo. But today, you have given me another perspective on the crystal healing situation.
Oh, I love it.
On this form of metaphysicalness and energy, man. So thank you so much for being on the podcast.
I've done my job. Thank you so much,
go.
Angel.
You did it.
I appreciate you.
Of course. That was Miss Naisha D. Feliciano. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe. Click on that notification bell. Share with your peoples, man. Leave those comments so that we can keep in touch with y'all. Find out what's going on with your crystal healing. Also, follow us on the website at www.aowent.com. We're on all podcast platforms. Catch me on the gram at Angel of Words ENT. If you want to leave a donation, it is Cash App, AOWNYC. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll talk to you later.